We've been over this before. Mascots are weird, but also kind of fun. It's their job to cheer up fans, wear a very hot suit made of plush, and try to distract people from the fact that their team, for the life of them, cannot hold on to a late inning lead. It's certainly an interesting profession, and if you're Mr. Met, it's kind of like being voted class clown at a penitentiary. But today we're going to look at every single one of baseball's furry little bastards, from the bizarre to the hilarious. Critiquing every ridiculous MLB mascot is coming up right after this. Before we get started, the three teams in the two largest markets, the Yankees, Dodgers, and Los Angeles Angels, do not have mascots, and Brett Gardner doesn't count. At first, I was gonna pan this mascot as it seems like a perverse tribute to alcoholism, a man riding a giant playground slide into a barrel of beer after home runs, but the origin story of this fella is actually charming and interesting. In 1970, in an attempt to drum up interest for the new franchise, 69-year-old Milt Mason climbed on top of the Brewers scoreboard and refused to come down until the home team could draw a crowd of 40,000. He was up there for 40 days. Good thing he wasn't a Marlins fan. Eventually, it was time to come down, but rather than hiring a bucket truck, he rappelled from his perch down a rope and burned his hands and legs. After a lengthy illness, 3 years later, Mason passed, and as a tribute to the mustache superfan, Bernie Brewer became the official mascot. Over the years, and even after a temporary hiatus, Bernie has evolved into being a fixture of Miller Park, a fitting tribute to Milt Mason, whom I kindly raise a glass of suds to in the sky. Before we get into more mascots, here's a word from our sponsor. An old saying states that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a single step. And if you want to get in shape, lose weight, or get healthier, your journey actually begins with a scale, and an amazing one at that. The FormFit digital scale and body analyzer provides you information to make smart, data-driven decisions about your health and let you accurately track your results every time you get on it. It's not just about your weight. The FormFit also tracks your body fat, a key indicator of your overall health, your muscle mass so you can target lean muscle and boost your metabolism, your bone mass to monitor density, and your water weight so you can know if your results are real and your body is functioning efficiently. I'm using the scale right now, and it's been such an asset in managing my personal goals to live healthier and longer. Are you ready to challenge yourself? Then you need the FormFit digital scale. Go to the link below and use my code 5.60 and get 60% off for a final price of just $50. Can your average scale deliver that kind of value? Not a chance. Again, use the link below and code 5.60 for 60% off the VitaGoods FormFit scale and start your journey to being healthier today. I can't think of a reason why this mascot is named Wally the Green Monster. Wow, they really emptied the creative clip for this fella. He's literally a walking dad joke. Wally has appeared in 2 This Is SportsCenter commercials and had a half-hour animated TV production called Wally's Opening Day. He's no SpongeBob, I'll tell you that. Probably one of the most punchable faces a mascot can have, FREDBIRD also has a secondary mascot, Rally Squirrel, whom Rangers fans just adore. In 2015, FREDBIRD was seen in a St. Louis PD tweet in front of a sign that read, "Police Lives Matter." But the team asked them to take it down because birds cannot have political opinions. Also, they said FREDBIRD was not aware of the sign, which is 100% believable because most mascots can't even see their own peckers. A mascot C. Saint loves. Dinger is a dinosaur because allegedly a giant triceratops skull was found when they were building Coors Field. It was probably a giant rock, but someone in the marketing department took a couple bingers before they went into work that day and bam, we got a dinosaur named after home runs. Dinger is known for attempting to distract opposing pitchers by dancing. Originally named BJ Birdie, which sounds like someone you'd meet at a truck stop, ace and female mascot Diamond replaced BJ in 2000. Then he was named Soul Mascot in 2003. Canadian actress Amanda Barker was the last person to play Diamond. Ace has an occasional partner mascot named Junior, who is specific for kids. Even though this mascot's moniker is a play on the name Lucille, this pinniped has been definitely declared a male. There's a joke here somewhere, but we're just gonna leave it alone. The seal theme is an homage to the San Francisco Seals, the former PCL team where Joe DiMaggio played, not the team that killed Bin Laden. With a name about as exciting as the numbers Chris Davis is putting up this year, the Oriole bird looks like an Oriole bird. His head was featured on the team's caps from 1966 through 1988 and again since 2012, one of the few mascots to have 100% thematic consistency with the ball club itself, which makes you think he likes losing too. Though he looks like a hairy alligator, Southpaw has declared himself that he is a big fuzzy green dude that loves the Chicago White Sox. Though to me, he looks like an overgrown tadpole. His name is the common term for a left-handed pitcher, and you would think he would be a bear or a dog, but the south part is for the fact that the White Sox are on the south side of Chicago. FYI, alligators don't have paws. No, the San Diego Chicken is not the official mascot of the Padres, it's this overweight monk. Originally, the swinging friar was played by an actual man, and I wonder how that audition process went. Hey, are you fat and have a really weird haircut? Also, do you have an awkward baseball swing? Looks like they found their man. He was on the actual logo until 1984. The initials TC stand for the Twin Cities. So when this bear's mom gets mad at him, she yells, "Twin Cities bear, you get down here right now." He debuted in the year 2000 and gets to wear the Twins home uni with no pants, which only mascots can do in public or you with enough alcohol. Modeled after the parrot in Treasure Island, the pirate parrot is the only mascot in all of sports to be involved in a cocaine distribution ring.
Say what?
In 1985, mascot portrayer Kevin Koch was allegedly the middleman between dealers and players, as high-level athletes like Keith Hernandez, Dave Parker, and Lonnie Anderson all got caught up in the Pittsburgh drug trials. Koch probably both smuggled in and used the coke in his nose. Created by Brantley Bell, former Major Leaguer Jay Bell's son, no relation to the other Bells, Baxter was originally selected because the home field used to be known as the Bob, and a bobcat seemed natural. Unfortunately, a chase cat doesn't exist, but when the ballpark changed names, Baxter got to stay. Luckily, bobcats are native to Arizona, and Brantley Bell is currently an infielder in the Cincinnati Reds farm system. Named after Clark Street, one of the intersecting streets around Wrigley Field, Clark is one of the MLB's newest mascots and came in just in time for the Cubs to break their curse and finally win a World Series, then return to being the Cubs. Clark the Bear kinda looks like Squints from The Sandlot. Is that a reach farther than Daniel Jones? You decide. The team with the most mascots. The Reds actually have 4. One Mr. Met ripoff, one Philly Phanatic ripoff, one Mrs. Met ripoff, and one ripoff of their own Mr. Red with a mustache. In 2008, Mr. Red fell off an ATV and was decapitated, an incident most Alabamians call Tuesday. Speaking of doing dumb things on ATVs, Mariner Moose gained attention when he broke the living shit out of his ankle during this 1995 accident. He kept doing it until 1999 when they moved to Safeco and there was no longer carpet to tool around on. Now he does backflips off the ATV like a drunk North Carolina frat boy. I thought Captain Fear, the Bucks mascot, embodied Florida Man, but Raymond takes it to the next level. Looking like he just woke up under a bridge and slapped his adjustable D-Rays trucker-style hat on, Raymond seems ready to smoke some meth and make it into a headline somewhere. He has a counterpart, DJ Kitty, who looks like he supplies him with said meth. Raymond has recently been seen panhandling with a sign that says Montreal or bust. This one looks like it started out as a young boy, then they glued moss to his face and attached those spinny light things you would buy at an amusement park to the side of his alien head. Why is it that aliens always look like humans? They are probably just giant blobs. Anyways, Orbit once got ejected for arguing balls and strikes, and he also got fired in 2000 and replaced by Junction Jack. But after a petition, they brought him back in 2012. Just what the hell happened here? It looks like a unicorn had sex with a fat dinosaur and we got this. Apparently Slider was inspired by the Philly Fanatic, the Fanatic on acid. Slider, of course, made headlines in 1995 when, during the AL playoffs, he tried to do a somersault and then fell into the field, tearing his MCL and ACL in an injury that would make Robert Griffin wince. Now, I will give the guy underneath the suit credit. It's been the same dude for over 25 years. He is the Adrian Peterson of mascots. Easily one of the most boring mascots in the bigs, Rangers captain doesn't even have an online bio where they make up some BS story about him being a stray horse in Texas that got rounded up and was going to be turned into glue, but the club instead spared his life, but then subjected him to watching Rangers games. The most exciting thing he has done was in 2010, he dressed up as Elvis. Whoa, easy there, Captain, I can't take all of this. SLUGERRRR, whose name is spelled with a hard R only other mascots can say, is a Hall of Fame mascot that also really knows how to waste company time, like this incident where he used the Royals Jumbotron to play video games. In 2009, Slugga injured a spectator when he hit them with a hot dog as a between innings promotion. Hold on, dad joke incoming. I guess he just put too much mustard on it. The fan turned around and sued the team, which ended in no damages being awarded and SLUGERRRR probably telling the plaintiff that the incident reminded him of how he met the dude's mom. Oh! Probably the only mascot you are in danger of being stabbed by if you get too close to. Billy the Marlin reportedly hasn't sued anyone since his tenure as a mascot. In 1997, a US Navy SEAL dressed as Billy lost the mascot's head during a parachute attempt into Pro Players Stadium on opening day. The head wasn't found until 2 months later on the side of the Florida Turnpike. Billy the Marlin also hurt a fan, knocking an elderly man unconscious with his t-shirt cannon. The man filed suit and lost. Man, the Marlins have good lawyers. Looking like the Muppet Beaker with two bat handles jammed into the side of his head, BLOOPER is in his first full year and has developed a friendly beef with Manny Machado, probably in an effort to humanize both of these characters. Let's look at all the hilarity between these two. Not much interesting about this tiger, kind of like the actual tigers. His jersey number changes every year to match the corresponding season, except in 2011 and 2016, as both of those numbers are retired for Sparky Anderson and Hal Newhouser, respectively. Listed on his website, PAWS will make appearances starting at $160 an hour. Whoa, the Champagne Room has better rates than that. SCREETCH debuted in 2005 and was designed by a 9-year-old kid. The Racing President started in 2006 and is one of the more entertaining sideshows in baseball, as 4 mascots dressed as the Mount Rushmore presidents race each other in the hot DC summer air. Calvin Coolidge and Herbert Hoover were added in 2015, but they have since gone back to just the original 4. Not sure if FDR was under consideration for a roster spot. That's up, man. It was a running gag that Teddy could not win a race, but in 2012 he finally won. The MLB's very first mascot, good old Mr. Met, has been entertaining fans and watching his team destroy their faithfuls' hopes and dreams for over 57 years. I am surprised that his head hasn't literally caught fire this year from watching the bullpen blow leads, but Mr. Met has shown up every day now since 1994 and even brings his wife with him to the park to watch the tire fire that is the team. Easy there, Met fans, I'm one of you. Can't you hear the sorrow in my voice? Of course, Mr. Met isn't innocent in all the drama with this team. There was an incident in 2017 that got the guy that played him fired, but really should have gotten him a raise. The mascot that broke the mold, the Philly Phanatic along with the San Diego Chicken, are probably the best known mascots in all of sports. Both their costumes are on display in the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. The Phanatic is known for a variety of bits, taunting the opposing team, standing on the dugout, riding an ATV, playing pranks, buffing the heads of bald fans like myself. He's been on The Simpsons, Letterman, and in commercials. He was denied an appearance on It's Always Sunny because the MLB wouldn't let him. Instead, they called him the Frenetic. Apparently, Gritty and the Phanatic are friends. God help us all. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, maybe learnt a thing or two, and of course, don't forget to cop that VitaGood scale that I told you about from the link below, and use my code POINT60 for a 60% discount, especially if you are a mascot that wants to lose some weight. And check out my other videos on the mascots in other sports, including the NHL, NFL, and NBA. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this video.